afternoon, my people. What is going on? It is your main man, Charles Tank Harris, the founder and chief visionary officer of the financial literacy platform Wealth Our Way, where our motto is wealth is not only for the wealthy. I welcome each and every one of you to episode 194 of the 15 Days of Christmas series. We are up to day 6. I know I look crazy. I'm not looking at the camera. I'm on the road. I'm in Vegas. I'm using my iPad. The way the camera is situated on my iPad, it has me looking at the screen, which isn't where the iPad camera is. So y'all gonna forgive me where my eyes are today, and just know I'm here. I'm trying to get this thing done for y'all, even when I'm on the road. Before we get into today's content, though, I want to practice the attitude of gratitude and say thank you, thank you, thank you to each and every one of you who are here with me live as I stream across the Wealth Our Way Facebook page and the Wealth Our Way Network YouTube page. As I said the other day, we are over 400 subscribers on our YouTube page right now. Woo-woo. And I thank each and every one of you who have subscribed, who share our content, who tell everybody about Wealth Our Way. I also want to give the Wild Nation salute to the many members of Wealth Our Way Nation who listen to our program in its pre-recorded state overnight, over the weekend, wherever you can squeeze 15 minutes of financial literacy in, and then a heartfelt how are you to the good folks on the Life 101 platform who listen to the audio recording of this very here program. With that being said, let me see what I got going on here. Today, and it's interesting because I'm looking out the window of my resort in Vegas. I'm overlooking a golf course. It looks as far away for Christmas as you could ever be, but I am very, very cognizant of today's date, November 17th. We got, 38 days until we are sitting in front of a Christmas tree and celebrating the other holidays of this season, wrapping up 2022. And as promised, what I always look to deliver here are financial tidbits, information, guidances that can help you keep money in your pocket, especially as we navigate what is normally a very spend-driven time of year. So today, going down my list of items that help us save money, I want to talk about things that almost all of us use: cable, internet, phone, cell phone, all of these things. And I want to talk about different tips and ways to save money using these very, very necessary items. I've told a story a long time ago when it came to finance, back when I was doing every day, that really resonates with today's message. When I was married my first time, I lived in a big old house down in Atlanta, Georgia, and I had a home office. And I decided that I needed to get phone service in the office. So I got phone and fax line in the office. Yes, a fax. This is back in 2008. And I went through Xfinity cable or whatever the case may be. Never plugged up anything into these phone or fax jacks. What ended up happening was I got a place to rent maybe 3 months after moving to Georgia and very seldom worked out of my home office. This was way, way, way pre-pandemic. One day, I was looking over the bills, which I didn't do at that point in time. My ex-wife at the time, she handled the bills. I made the money, gave it to her, she paid the bills. She was paying some bills late. You know, the OCD kicked in. I decided to take over yet one more task. I was now paying the bills. And I realized that our cable bill was like $300 a month. Now, for those of you who have heard me say on this show many, many times, I don't watch TV. I don't have a TV in my home. This goes way, way back. Like, I stopped being a serious TV watcher decades ago. I think I have like 1 or 2 programs that I like to watch. Outside of that, I don't really rock with TV. I find it to be the least educational medium of communication that I can get. So I'd rather read a book, work, do something else. So I was sitting there saying, man, why we pay so much for cable, the triple play, when we don't even get to use the TV? Well, I'm not using the TV. These kids and this woman are using the TV. I'm not getting to use it. So what I did was I broke the bill down and examined what was going on. And to my dismay, I realized that of the $300, $80 of it was specifically for my home office, for a computer line, internet, fax, and phone that I had never used once. So now maybe I'm having this discovery in 2011. And like I said, I moved in 2008. So I realized that for 3 years, I had paid $80 a month for something I never used. That's 80 times 12 is 960. 960 times 3 is 2880. I spent $2,880 on something I never used. Now, of course, I'm an investment guy. I tell you about the 1-2 punch here. When you save something, you need to invest what you saved. So I thought to myself, not only did I spend $2,880, that's $2,880 that I didn't invest in the last 3 years. 3 good years in the market, because 2008, everything went to hell, and then we rebounded really strongly. My $2,880 would have doubled. I would have had $5,700 in my hand had I just paid attention to bills I was paying that I shouldn't have been paying. So it's near and dear to my heart to examine one's cable bill, one's internet bill, one's phone bill. We do have the ability in this day and age to use the same service for these 3 primary utilities, as I'll call them. And that's the point of today's show, how to save money on these bills, either through making sure you have the proper plan or making sure that you bundle the services in such a way that gives you a discount. Now, as you know, in life, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Where you may get an advantage on one side, you may give yourself a disadvantage on another side. You may have the advantage of saving money, and then the disadvantage of having a plan that you don't care for all that much. Companies, you need to do your research on the company. The company that may be very strong in cell service may not be very good in internet service, let's say. I know for me, when I moved and got my second place where my son is, I went for price, and I got the Xfinity cable, and I got the cheapest service possible because, once again, I knew I wasn't going to watch TV. Well, untech savvy Tank didn't realize that getting the cheapest service possible meant getting the slowest internet possible. And although I don't watch TV, what am I doing right now? I'm streaming to you guys. I stream almost every day, and my streaming services were limited because I chose the cheapest plan. So I had to go re-up, get a better plan so that I'm not breaking up when I'm doing 15 minutes of finance or the financial power hour. So you have to be careful with the service provider you're choosing, but there are all types of new service providers popping up every day, which leads me to the TV side of things. So with me not having a TV, that's cool. The reality is when I do want to watch something, I can either use a streaming service like Netflix or a Hulu or a Tubi. Some of these services are free. Some of them, of course, charge subscriptions. I also have the legal right. So I'm not telling you guys do anything illegal. I have the legal right to use my wife's Verizon Fios account. She has Verizon in New Jersey. I'm on, we pay the bill like it's an account. That's a family account. So when I am in my place, on the road, wherever I'm at, somewhere different, I can just log in through my iPad or my computer and watch Verizon Fios. I have the ESPN app that allows me to watch sports events if I want to. We need to be more intelligent with our expenditures. This is an ongoing quest and crusade of mine, not just because it's holiday season. If you are looking over the little areas where money creeps out of your household and not just making those savings, but redirecting those dollars into a positive investment vehicle, you will use time as your friend and watch that little bit of money grow. One of the hardest things that I used to have to do when I worked with professional athletes was convince them that a little bit of money saved and redirected and invested was worth it in the long run, because these are cats that had such big paychecks, contracts. They didn't like moving over $2-3 grand. Me and you will move over $2-3 grand. When you're making $21 million, it's kind of hard to tell somebody the importance of saving $3,000. That may sound crazy to put your head around, but it happens. And for you, the numbers are just different. So maybe you make 100 grand a year, 80 grand a year, and I'm telling you how to save $16 and redirect it. And you're like, Tank, $16 isn't nothing. $16 saved and then repurposed into growth 15, 20 years from now is like $8,000. $8,000 is worth making you move. So stop looking at the immediate impact savings or effort and look at the long-term value at doing things like bundling your utilities, even with your insurances. And I don't want to go too far into the insurance side of things because I think another of Christmas is dedicated to the auto, home, the property and casualty insurance bundling. But for your utilities, your phone, your cable, your internet, you can go a long way toward tightening up your budget by saving on these items, by doing a little research. Going through your phone plan. So let's say you're not bundling, just going through your phone plan, your internet plan, taking off features that you don't need. I know when I switched from Verizon to AT&T, AT&T is my current cell phone service provider. I don't bundle my phone. I found that they were charging me $5 a month per line for an upgrade advantage. Like I could upgrade my phone in 18 months instead of the normal 24 months. If you think about how ridiculous that is, they wanted to charge me $5 a month for the next 18 months so that I can upgrade 6 months earlier. It's $90. You would charge me $90 so I can buy from you sooner. Like if you think about the insanity of some of the things that we're paying for that these people are selling us on, it's ridiculous. Yesterday when I flew from Atlanta to Georgia, this is a little off topic, but it's important to realize how businesses no longer care about the consumer and you have to advocate for yourself. It's a brainwashing that's going on. I got into the Sky Priority line at Atlanta, Hartsfield, Jackson for Delta, and the woman at the line asked me how was I doing? And I said, not so great. And she's like, oh, what's wrong? I said, I didn't grow up with a desire to work for Delta. And she's like, what do you mean? I said, I just had to print out my own bag tag and tag my bag. She's like, oh, well, that's to make it faster. I said, no, boo, that's to save Delta money. Let's call it what it is. I said, I paid $2,500 for a first class ticket to Vegas. I didn't come here to do your job. And, she kind of got a little contentious with me. And I had to remind her, you asked me how I was doing. I didn't ask you anything. And the truth of the matter is that, yes, they've given you this company line on why I should accept doing more work. But I'm a business person, and you are asking me to do more work and giving me no compensation for it. You're not making my flight any cheaper. So let's realize that as consumers, we still do have power with the choice of where our dollar goes and using our voice. When I'm standing in the line for first class, the whole point of buying first class back in the day used to be to breeze through the line. Now I'm in a line that's long as hell, because if you don't have pre-check or clear or something else, you're a commoner. And clear is just something that you have to pay for. Once again, now they're taking a TSA, a government entity, private contractor of the government, to get off of the first class line to service the clear line because somebody paid for clear. That's cool. If you want to do a deal with Clear, go ahead, but don't punish me as the paying consumer for first class, making me stand in line longer. So I know I went a little vent, but the point of the vent is to show you that as a consumer, you have to be very diligent and advocate for yourself. You have to see where you're being taken advantage of. Don't let someone sell you that they're doing something for your benefit and to make it convenient for you, when in reality, they're doing something to increase their corporate profits. With that being said, we're at the end of 15 minutes. I'm cutting these a little short so that we can post them to Instagram. I want you guys to have a great weekend. We will be having a special Financial Power Hour next Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, where we give thanks from here, from Wealth Our Way, for all of you just wonderful supporters of the program. We're going to have a great program for you. I think you're going to love it. Please tune in next Wednesday. Have an amazing weekend, and I will see you here Tuesday for the next 15 minutes of finance. Until then, remember, wealth is not only for the wealthy. Take care.